I'm back. We're back. We're so back. Wake up, Mario. So yeah, I thought this would be just one episode, but...
It's now been 3 episodes.
Yeah, well, I thought the last one would just continue into this, but... I realized I was getting kind of hungry, so I decided to get a snack, and seeing the runtime, I was like, might as well just stop the recording. So we're here. Last time, we concluded our Danganronpa discussions. We're not going to reiterate what we said, don't watch them.
We have less opinions on this cast than really the other 2.
Yeah.
We struggle to find stuff to say about some of these characters, really.
Yeah. So there isn't much to say. Apart from their characters. Yeah. If all goes well, this will be the last episode. And then we'll be playing Splatoon 3. You ready for that?
Maybe.
It's the funny Squid Game. I don't know if I mentioned... Well, I probably did. Mm-hmm. I was participating in the Splatoon tournament. I lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and when I say Splatoon 3, it's also going to include, like, Side Order. Because that's out. I have it. I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Woo. It's also, almost summertime. Now that I think about it.
Yep.
You know what that means?
More regular episodes.
Well, that. And the AC.
Yep. So last time I ended up saying that, like, the whole Jonas thing was literally 4 episodes during a time when episodes were 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Which makes it a 20-minute like arc, right?
Yeah.
In other words, it was the length of a full-length episode of TV, and people haven't let go of that.
Oh boy. So yeah, Ruby is being sold off to a currently unknown company.
That's what I was trying to look up.
Imagine that no one wants to buy it.
I do hope they get to finish that last season of Red vs. Blue. I was looking forward to that.
Hopefully. And, speaking of Halo, I checked on my, achievement progress on the Master Chief Collection. Because, you know, it has 700 achievements. For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've only earned 97 out of, like, my 40 hours of playtime. Maybe 50. And that only accounts for 10% of the achievements. Awesome. Yeah. There we go.
From what I can tell, Death Battle is planning on, like, staying around.
Huh.
because they basically already have an idea on how to continue going on.
That's interesting. Oh yeah, there was a Nickelodeon documentary that aired on Max. My dad was watching it.
Oh, you're talking about All Quiet on Set?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I haven't seen it, but my dad has. 10 minutes of it. And it basically teaches me nothing new.
So, to the general public, this is basically the first place they're hearing about all this.
At least it's not us.
But, as anyone who, has been watching our videos or generally knows anything about me can basically tell. And Logan especially can tell because he kind of doesn't like hearing about me talking these things because he doesn't care about them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been following Quentin Reviews' Nickelodeon sitcom reviews, right?
Yeah.
But what you didn't know is I've been well aware of this whole Dan Schneider thing well before even that. And so has a good chunk of the internet has, actually. In reality, I first started hearing about these kinds of things back around 2016.
Yeah.
Generally, most people agree. The news really kind of broke out about what type of person Dan Schneider was around 2018, actually. In 2016, all I was hearing was rumors about fetish shit, mostly by posting hey, why the fuck was this in this show? Kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when it came to Dan Schneider being a total, creep, I can even pinpoint the video that, really told me about it.
Yeah.
That's Blame It on Jorge's video on Dan Schneider from 2018.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from that video, and over the years, things have come out. Most of them essentially corroborating what was said in that video. With the exception of one thing, but let's be honest here.
Doesn't matter.
Dude, it was always just gonna be rumors since that literally came from a gossip website. But in that time, shit who Brian Peck molested has come out thanks to that All Quiet on Set video thing. But
also, sharks don't have bones. This is inaccurate.
They have cartilage. But
this is actually my favorite boss though, so I'll leave for the pass.
Actually, to be fair, they seem to be around the same color as the teeth, which are also made of cartilage. See?
Yeah.
Then again, even more to be fair, the bone, all of it, the entire thing looks like it's made of rock, so it might just be rock.
Yeah.
Anyways, the interesting thing about that All Quiet on Set thing is that
it was released on Paramount's top rival Warner Brothers streaming services.
Well, that and some other things have come out that essentially have been proving Dan Schneider in a bad light for a while. First of all, around 2018 is also when Dan Schneider split off from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
We say that, and that's officially what it says. In reality, you might as well read it as was fired. Notably, that's also when his show stopped making money, because he went from making things like iCarly and Victorious to Game Shakers and Henry Danger.
Game shit.
To be fair, Henry Danger did make a lot of money, but that's also the reason why they kept that show around and fired Dan off of that, and then eventually, essentially soft rebooted, just still have the same continuity, but not have to be credited with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're wondering, did Nickelodeon know about this? Probably.
Definitely.
Remember, I'll say this.
Remember, their logo was a foot at one point.
Yeah, I'll say this. There was a part in that in the most recent Quentin Reviews video on Nickelodeon sitcoms, which was the third part of the same cat video, where he basically covered the book I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. And if you need an actual illustration of what type of man Dan Schneider was, look into that book. She only ever names him once, but when she says the creator of iCarly, Dan Schneider. And anytime she wants to talk about what type of person he is, she just labels him the creator. And the creator has done a lot of wrong towards Jeanette McCurdy in his life. Granted, none of them was molestation.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter when you're talking about a girl whose life is honestly so tragic. Seriously, if there's any takeaway from this, read I'm Glad My Mom Died. Failing that, get the audiobook of I'm Glad My Mom Died, which is narrated by Jeanette McCurdy herself. And the clips I've heard of that audio truly heart-moving. Because, her life sucked. I think the happiest moment I had with the recap was finding out that Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy were legitimate friends, and she was basically like the one good aspect of iCarly. Because Jeanette's life sucked. Her mom was god awful in every facet of the term, and the creator essentially kept pulling her around, and the only reason she was able to get away from him was because her mom died. And she was able to just quit then and there. She never wanted to be an actor or anything like that.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes of iCarly basically they did not age well, because if you read that book, you'll realize a lot of them have bases basically in her life. Like, you ever been uncomfortable by how crazily obsessive Freddie's mom is?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Jeanette's mom was basically just like that, but worse. You ever notice how Sam eats a lot of food?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette... That was basically making fun of the fact that Jeanette had a lot of eating issues because of the way her mom raised her.
Yeah.
Dan Schneider, even if he weren't a creep, because let's be honest here, he almost certainly is, is a petty, vindictive asshole who is a terror to work with, and generally uses basically the things you are insecure and weak about to mock and belittle you. And the only people he doesn't do that are people who are too entrenched in the Hollywood, in like the industry already, to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove, like, before iCarly, was already like a big name, not only thanks to Drake and Josh, but other things, and she had a support system that actually loved her. Like, her parents actually cared about her and stuff like that. People like Jerry Traynor were in shows well before that, like, and even people who basically found their stardom through Dan Schneider shows like Victoria Justice, basically either knew the industry well enough that that he couldn't take advantage of them, or they generally like Dan enough that he basically realized he'd basically treat them better, both on the basis that they'd give him less issues, and because since they were generally like positive on him, he basically didn't want to push them away because he could take advantage of the fact that they viewed him as a friend.
Yeah.
Like, the main reason Jeanette was essentially targeted by Dan as like the main source of abuse is because she didn't have a sports system. Because her mom was the worst, and she didn't really know what the fuck what Hollywood was actually like. This isn't a case of like the Sprouse twins, who, even though they'd been actors since they were literally like a year old, their families cared enough about them to basically allow them to have like childhoods. No, Jeanette basically didn't have a childhood, and like even though she kept aging, her mom refused to allow her to grow up. Like, she'd do stuff to artificially, essentially, slow Jeanette's aging. Like, and...
Fun.
She was, like, it'd be brought up to shit like, she looked, like she was, essentially, several years younger than she actually was at times. Because she'd be malnourished and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's ridiculously fucked. Like, there were jokes in iCarly about, like, Freddy's mom essentially, like, taking baths with him to make sure that, like, he does everything that she wants him to do, you know, like, the tick baths thing and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette's mom would do that, and it's heavily implied through some of the stuff that she'd even molest Jeanette.
Well, she's dead.
Yeah. So, in general, like, the type of people who are victims here are people who basically just couldn't defend themselves in any facet. Like,
yeah.
People who didn't have jobs in the industry that would basically keep them in the industry. Or people who, while they did have jobs in them, like, their positions in the industry were heavily dependent on both, like, essentially being able to do a skill that either will not be as important in the long run. Because, like, Jeanette essentially got her started in acting because she was able to cry like, cry on command as a kid. Which,
yeah.
Do you actually have any idea as to how fucked up that should be?
Yeah, I do.
Like, you know exactly how she was crying, right?
Yeah.
Like the only way for someone to cry on command is if they have, like, enough imagination or experience with trauma in their lives that they can essentially just think of something that will cause them to cry. And that stuff, like, she eventually started losing that ability because, like, it started getting ridiculous and she couldn't even keep it up and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, she had to rely on things like the Schneider shows to essentially keep her career afloat. And that was important because her mom essentially forced her into this career on the basis that, like, essentially she was, like, emotionally manipulated to believing that if she were to do anything her mom didn't approve of, she'd eventually lose her mom's love. And it's basically true. Like, there was a moment in which TMZ essentially caught wind of the idea that, like, Jeanette essentially lost her virginity or something like that. Don't remember if, like, that were actually the case or not. And her mom sends her a fucking ridiculously hateful email talking about how much she hates her daughter and, like how she's essentially disowning her from the family and stuff like that, before she tops it all off by saying, send money for a new fridge. Now, as I bring up this whole Jeanette thing, because not only is it important to bring up just how toxic the work environment for Dan Schneider shows were, which, by the way, I've seen people say people shouldn't say, like, thank God I was, like, a Disney kid or a Cartoon Network kid, because all of these companies have major, like, scouts in their closets. I'll get back to you to talk about that for a second. But the main, like, notable thing is Allcrime said essentially revealed who Brian Peck molested. Because people kind of knew about Brian Peck, mostly thanks to in relation to the whole Dan Schneider being a bit of a creep thing.
Yeah.
Like, that 2018 video I was talking about also brought up Brian Peck as an example of just how fucked the Hollywood industry is. Because this was a pedophile that got caught and arrested for molesting an actor on Nickelodeon. And then, after he got out of jail, got hired for Disney.
Yep.
Specifically, you ever watch Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Not really.
Okay. So, if you knew anything about that show, that there's essentially this character named London Tipton. She's this Asian girl who's basically a huge parody of, like, Paris Hilton, obviously. But the notable thing about her is that she basically has this like she's obscenely like cartoonishly wealthy, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But she has this talking mirror in her closet.
Oh, I think I've heard about this.
Yeah, and Brian Peck voices that mirror.
Yeah. Alright.
Anyways, it was revealed that the actor who Brian Peck had molested was Drake Bell.
Yes, that Drake Bell, everyone.
Yeah. The star of hit show Drake and Josh. Also, unfortunately, this has kind of brought everyone to a bit of a weird position. Because on one hand, yeah, everyone feels bad for Drake Bell for going through this.
Yeah. But
on the other hand, Drake Bell was essentially caught grooming a 15-year-old. And while he did admit to it, like, immediately, and also claimed that he didn't know at first, but he basically stopped after he knew. It's... There are people who claim that he's essentially been proven all but innocent. And for all I know, that's true. But I don't know. Man, I want to, like, think about this in an entirely one-dimensional way. But I do know that hurt people. Like, he's already shown essentially the capability of essentially being one.
yeah.
And we know for a fact he was. So, like, yeah, you could show your sympathy, but I don't know if it's a good idea to essentially completely write out the fact that he was grooming someone.
Well, I have no comment.
That's fair.
I only brought this up because I saw my dad watching it last night, and I was like, "Is that the Nickelodeon documentary?" And he was like, "Yeah."
It's good. It's like,
and then he stopped watching after 10 minutes. Because he was channel surfing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's brought up a weird position of, do we feel 100% sympathetic for him, or do we condemn him, or what do we do about this whole, like, gray area where someone who's been essentially canceled for grooming has come out about the fact that he himself was sexually abused when he was young?
On the one hand, it does not change what happened.
Yeah, clearly. And while we do know more as to why he acted the way he did, that doesn't change much. But on the other hand, we do have to take into consideration that, like, there's enough doubt that he was doing that knowingly. I don't know. I'm kind of like the reason I don't trust my own opinion on this is because I'm biased. I grew up watching Drake and Josh. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid. I can't essentially trust myself to be non-partial in this. I'm automatically gonna be biased, so I don't know whose bias I should take.
Oh well, let's save this for another day.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to some other stuff, I guess. Princess Peach Showtime came out.
Did it?
Yeah. It's Friday. It's out.
How is it?
It looks like Princess Peach starting her very own game for the Nintendo Switch family of systems.
You know what I mean? What were the reviews like?
It's very easy, but it's still good.
Oh, that's good.
It's definitely built with a younger demographic in mind, and apparently it runs on Unreal Engine.
I'm not too shocked that Princess Peach gets a game for a younger demographic. Because let's be honest here, most people who would expect Princess Peach's game to not be ridiculously hard.
Oh,
mostly because it's a Mario game essentially, and Mario games are never really that hard. Look, I'm talking about like the newer ones.
They still have their ultra hard levels at the very end.
Yeah, they do, but shit, this ain't the Lost Coins.
Lost levels, you mean?
Yeah, the Lost levels.
Yeah, fuck that game. That game's hard. I abuse my 3DS save state feature.
Yeah, like, the thing about the Lost levels is, unironically, this is the one time I'll actually agree with Japan's sentiments of, no, that game is too hard. Americans would not like that.
A second Mario movie has been dated for April 3rd, 2026.
Nice.
Same cast, same crew. Well, I don't know about the cast, but same crew, same director, same.
Oh, certainly most of the cast are returning.
Yeah.
Especially after how big the first one was.
Yeah, they'd be.
Because if you don't know about the way acting works and like essentially acting, when you get paid for a movie, you get paid more for each sequel.
Yeah. I was gonna say it would be really stupid that if they did not make a second one, and then I remembered, oh wait, this is Nintendo.
Yeah.
But it's also Illumination.
Yeah.
Illumination loves sequels. Despicable Me 4 coming 2020 this July. That movie is going to be terrible. I'm still going to watch it out of spite. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But it'll be something.
That it will be.
Stay tuned for my in-depth analysis on the Despicable Me franchise, coming never ever, hopefully. B. And a coin, ideally. So yeah, that was part of Mario Day announcements, alongside Paper Mario Thousand Year Door got a date of May, and Luigi's Mansion 2 on June.
Weird choice, but okay.
Yeah, and also a YouTube survey seems to... People think a YouTube survey leaked the name of the Switch 2. Because they call it the Switch Attach. And that name gives me Wii U flashbacks. It sounds stupid. So of course it's gotta be real. What do you think of that? Switch Attach?
I'd have to get used to it.
Switch 2 is an infinitely better name. I did, Nintendo's stupid. Ugh. There's that one silver star there now. Man. Oh yeah, they're releasing season 2 of Velma. Everyone's favorite show.
Yeah.
Same weekend as Knuckles, which means it's not going to do well. Hopefully.
Let's hope so.
Hope so. What else has happened? Bum 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 bum. What? God, what's happened in the past week or month?
Spring break?
Spring break. That's right now. Well, when are you free next month? That's one question.
No idea.
Okay. Shite. What's even happening in April?
No idea.
Apart from... Oh yeah, it's unconfirmed if the Mario movie 2 is going to be a direct sequel or a spin-off of some sort. It'll be 3 years since that. Yeah, I see the last one. Um. Oh. So last April I went to Virginia because my cousin got married, and he just announced a couple days ago he's having a kid. Hello? Hello? My cousin got married like last year, and he just announced a couple days ago he's having a kid. You're dead.
Yep.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard the cousin getting married.
Yeah. They're having a kid. For some reason. Well. Yeah. It's interesting. Damn it. Boom. But that's so far. You are shitting me. Fuck that mission. Wrong button. Wrong fucking galaxy. You awake?
Barely.
Oh, you got anything to say?
In particular.
Yeah, what the fuck's even going on in April?
No idea.
Oh yeah, the Oscars happened. Steven. The Oscars happened.
Thank God the winner won.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's won Best Picture. As it should have. God, what's even... Hello? Hello? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Trying to think this story. Trying to think of a dumb story I could tell, but... Oh wait, I have one. You're sleeping. So like...
I don't know why I'm out of energy suddenly.
Like last time, I mentioned the story about how two people, were like, hey, I'm autistic, let's be assholes to everyone, and get away with it, because I'm autistic. Shit like that. Which, you know, isn't cool. Recently... recently... I can't talk. Recently, I found out, because someone came forward about it, is that one of them... Damn it. One of them, is an abusive piece of shit. You listening? You listening? Steven? You there?
Personally.
What?
Personally.
Personally?
Partially.
Partially. Well, I might have to spill that water on you. Well, basically, one of those autism annoyer individuals. That's all. Basically, someone came forward and said, yeah, that person abused one of his exes in the past. And my first thought was, are they going to blame their autism on this too? Or blame this? You know what I'm trying to say. Because it sounds like something. And I read messages, and it was like, man, why did you have to lie about me sexually assaulting you? You know I'm a sexual assault victim myself. You there? You there? Hey. You want like a soda from the fridge?
Honestly, I probably do need one. Okay, go grab one.
Alright.
The soda I had wasn't really that many. Like, it wasn't that much. Because the color I came with only came with the small one, not large.
You probably have a soda in the fridge.
But before that, I'm gonna go take a leak.
Okay. This is a funny story, folks. Stay tuned for the... Yeah.
My body's still sore from yesterday when I started doing exercise again. And I just realized I'm like trying to get up the stairs. Like, because I was trying to lift this one first.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's okay, no. The other one first.
Yeah. I'm ready to be. Well, at least I'm not dead. But I'm all the way back in the game. Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, inflation. Snack-a-diddly-doo! Perfect.
You do not have one.
Damn. Is there any other drink in the fridge?
I have another water bottle, I'll just use that.
Okay. That level sucked. Ooh. So basically, I mentioned previously, there were these individuals that were like, hey, I'm autistic, I can get away with whatever I want.
Ugh, those fucks.
You know, the like.
Yep, don't like them.
So I learned something else recently.
What?
One of them, because there's two.
Yep.
One of them, apparently, abused their ex-partners or something.
Oh, fuck.
And the first thing that popped into my mind was, are they gonna use their autism as a way to excuse this? And I'm like,
they're gonna do it, aren't they?
probably. So, and then I saw a screenshot of like a message the partner sent to that person.
Oh.
And apparently, so the person lied about the ex sexually assaulting them, and the ex's wording states that she herself is a sexual assault victim.
Oh, great. So there's even more blurred lines in this thing.
Yeah, because of course.
Because of course we can't have anything like going on about there being a bunch of things going on.
Yeah, because we can't have nice things.
Are we that shocked though?
No, I saw this coming. Well, not to like that, but like I kind of saw it coming. Yeah. As for the other one, they're probably just a pedophile. They just give me that energy. What the fuck? Oh, it was back there. Let's try that again. It's Blue Mario. He's blue. Oh yeah, I recently looked on this laptop and I found a really old photo of me from 2011. AKA a photo I like to call where it all went wrong. I saw Alvin and the Chipmunks, the third one, in the theater, opening weekend. There's a photo of me at that place.
There was literal signs up there.
Yeah. I'm stupid for not realizing that. Woohoo! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Take that, motherfucker.
Take that, Bowser Jr.
Is Cosmic Mario Bowser Jr.?
He has the Bowser Jr. sounds.
Yeah.
Which, is probably because it's actually just like Paint Mario but reskinned.
Yeah. Meth. Let's see what's the map.
Yeah!
What?
The final part of Quentin's Reviews miniseries.
Oh my god.
We don't talk about Dan Schneider 5 hours ago. About 2 hours long.
Do we ever?
To be fair, like, you should have seen his reaction to finding out that that fucking documentary is coming out the same month he was planning on releasing that video. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna change it. He was worried about though that like he was planning on releasing like HD updates to his live action Timmy Turner videos like recently, and he was worried about like if you should just scrap the whole thing because like he did a bunch of new stuff for those for these remasters, including jokes related to Drake Bell, molesting, grooming someone.
Yeah.
I was like, is it in good taste to do this immediately after that?
No. Man, I love timing.
Yeah.
I love bad timing.
People basically just told him, it doesn't really matter, you should just put it out there. Just make it obvious that this was recorded before that or something like that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's some bad timing.
Recently,
What?
here's a fun experience. Sure. Here's a fun experience I had. I hopped in a random Discord server. And fun isn't, this isn't bad. And they were holding like a Jackbox party or something. So I hopped in and played to show everyone how funny I am. I'm not. But
what were you, last place?
no, I was first place at one of the games.
Nice.
I remember one. So like, the one we played the most was like Quiplash.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you know what Quiplash is. Yeah. So like, God, I have pictures of these.
Hey, you might want to focus on the race.
Yeah, but I'll do something that I'll do some of the ones I know off the top of my head. But like, what one of them was like, here's an you know how those books have like dedicated to this person.
Yeah.
And well, so I said someone was like, here's the worst kind of the prompt was, here's the worst kind of dedication that makes you not want to read the book. And I put my answer as, for my Discord kitten. And yeah, that one. The other answer was, for my pedophile uncle. Ooh. Perfect. Actually, they are on this computer. Find them. Under photos. Believe me, I'm multitasking. Oh yeah, here was one drawing. I think this is from it. Yeah. Champion of copyright infringement. That was me. I got the title. And I got yeah. Yeah, this was the one I was talking about. I forget what half of these are. Most innocent thing you could type that would result in a Twitter fight. I haven't seen that movie. So yeah, that's a general idea. Oh, and there was one that was like, the worst response you get to send nudes. And my answer was literally just nudes in quotation marks. You know, cheap answer. So yeah, apart from those two, Quick Flash and Champed Up. Whoa, good boy. We also played Talking Points and Blather Round. I don't know if you know what those two are off the top of your head.
Maybe.
Talking Points is the one where you like do presentations.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait,
Talking Points is the one we played together.
have we? No.
Yeah.
It wasn't out by the time we did that. Well,
presentation.
There is one where you like draw and then give presentations on them.
Oh yeah.
That's patently stupid.
Okay, no, then Talking Points is one me and Kevin have played with Kevin's friend group.
It's like you pick a topic and you give basically an improvised presentation.
Yeah.
Your partner picks the images that you don't know what they're gonna be in.
Yeah.
It's wild. One of my favorites. My favorite Jackbox game is Champed Up because I like to buy the physical cards that you can get from drawing them. I'm planning on getting a full like Pokemon card style binder for them. So at this point I have 6 steps. Well, 2 are on the way, but I have 6. Oh yeah, Jackbox is the definition of a fun time.
Yep.
It definitely works better in larger groups, though.
Oh. Maybe one day we could just randomly host one single game on Discord. Just a thought. 1, 2, and I'm dead. But yeah, that's all in the entertainment sphere. Oh, what do you think's gonna happen in the new Mario movie? No, that's official. Yoshi.
Well, definitely. Daisy.
Maybe.
Bowser Jr. Wario and Waluigi.
No, I can definitely say Bowser Jr. and Wario and Waluigi are not going to be there.
Probably not.
Well, at least Waluigi isn't there. Wario I could see happen.
Yeah. Post-credit Caesar. I was actually talking with a social worker about the Mario movie, and they would just keep complaining to me about how bad Seth Rogen Donkey Kong is.
Fair enough.
Because he's just Seth Rogen. As Donkey Kong. And yeah. Alright.
Let's be honest, a fair thing to complain about.
He's just Seth Rogen. Oh yeah, there's been a new addition to the video game movie starring Jack Black lineup. Borderlands.
I think he's Claptrap.
Yeah. I think that movie is going to be terrible. I watched the trailer and I don't think it looks good. He's also in the Minecraft movie as Steve. This movie has all my attention now. Ooh.
No.
What else? I mentioned this already, but Megamind 2 happened.
And if it weren't for everyone's fond feelings towards the first one, it almost certainly ruined the first one's reputation. Because this one was so bad. Like, this and the TV show were so bad that quite literally it almost ruined Megamind as a concept.
Yeah. Remember all those DreamWorks TV shows? Mainly on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
I watched the Penguins of Madagascar one a lot. But yeah, not everything needs a sequel. It's funny how Puss in Boots 2 came out and everyone was like, oh my god, this is the new golden age of DreamWorks, and then the 3 movies gotten since then have all been considered being mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the DreamWorks TV shows, I think the only one I watched on a semi-regular basis was Kung Fu Panda on Nicktoons.
I remember that one. Legends of Awesomeness.
Yeah.
If I think that's actually the last star we need. Ooh. Yeah. I know there was a Penguins one, Kung Fu Panda, both on Nickelodeon, and there was a How to Train Your Dragon one on Cartoon Network.
Yep.
You want to go to get your special one? Yes. Adios. There was a... And I did a whole bunch of for Netflix for whatever reason. I don't know. People are saying that how Megamind 2 is the worst thing they've ever put out. I don't think they've seen Shark Tale. Because Shark Tale's kind of terrible.
Have you seen the TV show?
I've seen clips of it. Oh, I remember there was a Monsters vs. Aliens TV show on Nickelodeon. Only lasted 1 season. Then again, that movie kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Go Mario. I watched that movie when it came out in 3D. And that was 2009, so... I'm trying to think of how old... I was 7. Man. Seth Rogen was in it. That's my main takeaway. Alright, fate of the universe. 50 lives. Will I lose all of them here?
You might. Bowling for the lava.
We'll see. He doesn't even fly in. Oh, I see what the spotlights do. Oh yeah, more info came out on Joker 2. Because it's going to exist for some reason. $200 million budget, and most of it will go to jukebox covers of popular songs. And that's what makes it a musical. I've already established that not everything is a sequel. And I haven't seen Joker, so I can't comment on this.
Joker's a good film.
I haven't mean to watch it.
Okay, so, first of all, I can say this. There's nothing wrong with a jukebox musical. As someone who loves the Book of Life, trust me, there are a place in the world for jukebox musicals.
Yeah. And because of the licenses for all the music, this Joker 2 has a $200 million budget.
No. But second of all,
the first one only cost $50 million. $60 million.
Joker is a weird case where it might as well be its own, thing. Because this is, the one version of the Joker we can kind of understand as a person.
Yeah.
Mostly because this version of the Joker kind of went off the deep end thanks to some trauma related to his hallucinations and shit like that, and actively doesn't want to he's insane and murderous, but on the other hand, he seemingly wants people to actually care about him.
Yeah.
So I'll say this because they plan on bringing in Harley Quinn for this movie.
Yeah, played by Lady Gaga.
Yeah, this is the one version of Joker I can't see abusing Harley in any in the same way manners that the others have. Basically, if he were abusive to her, it'd probably be more in a never leave me kind of way than anything else.
Yeah. Shit. But yeah, when I first heard they were making a Joker 2, even though I haven't seen the first one, my thought was, is this really necessary?
Thing is, this version of the Joker became the Joker well before Batman was a thing.
Yeah. And
with the introduction of Harley, seemingly even she's going to be around well before Batman's a thing. Because he becomes a Joker not through Batman's actions like most versions of the Joker, where he's just some crook called the Red Hood who gets essentially dumped into a bunch of chemicals that make him the Joker.
Yeah.
This one essentially became a Joker thanks to society's bullshit and
we live in society.
His potential, almost certainly actual dad, essentially rejecting him because he was from an affair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hinted at, and let's be honest here, I wouldn't put it past it to actually be, because this version of the Joker is heavily implied to essentially be the half brother to Bruce Wayne.
Huh. Yeah.
Thomas Wayne says that his mom is delusional and insane and a liar. He's a rich man, so I wouldn't put it past it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that essentially the story in general is kind of a unreliable narrator type thing.
Yeah.
Joker at one point claims he's behind all this, but it's obviously shown through the actual imagery that all this shit kind of happened because people were already kind of sick and tired of the rich and powerful, not just because he did the shit that he did.
Yeah.
It's a weird situation where this movie might as well have been its own thing.
Yeah. But getting a sequel.
I could see where like you can make a sequel from this. I just don't know if it can be pulled off well.
Is it going to replicate the box office success of the first one? Because that made $1 billion.
Probably not actually.
Yeah, I don't think so.
For one reason.
Why?
Do you remember when Joker came out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, do you remember what like the weird ass mentality everyone had was?
Yeah, shootings.
Not just mass shootings, but stuff like gamers rise up and all that.
Yeah.
And we live in a society and all those stupid jokes.
Yeah.
Basically, it was at a time when Joker's relevancy in pop culture was kind of at its peak. Nowadays, people are kind of really fucking sick and tired of the Joker.
I guess we'll have to see how this one turns out. How it looks.
Yeah.
Because it's also carrying a $200 million budget. Which, I don't think Hollywood's learned that you shouldn't make movies so expensive from last year.
Literally, one of the people on the Oscars was like, hey, we really should normalize making 10 million movies again.
Exactly. I mean, what's going to gross $1 billion this year? Nothing. It's going to be Despicable Me 4, we both know that. Maybe Deadpool. I see people thinking Inside Out 2 is going to be $1 billion grosser. I don't know about that.
To be fair, speaking of a movie that very much actually does have a reason to exist,
What?
Inside Out 2.
Oh yeah.
Well, unlike a lot of these other movies that you're talking like how they feel like they have no reason to exist, Inside Out very much has a reason to exist.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that could easily be expanded upon.
Like, not only did it leave off at a certain point in someone's life, but it basically ended on like a sequel bait, implying that things are going to be changing again. Because Riley was at a certain point in her life known as the beginning of puberty.
Oh boy. Oh shit.
And literally the very first thing we see in those trailers is essentially her starting to actually gain legitimate puberty.
Yeah. But will it make $1 billion?
It'll make at least several hundred million. Because, well, people's opinion on Pixar are a bit split right now. But one thing I can say is people's opinions on Inside Out are fairly positive.
Yeah. The last Pixar that made $1 billion was Toy Story 4. I still have not watched that movie.
Never mind.
I've heard mixed things about it.
I've heard the opinions of people who've hated it and people who've loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see why it's a divisive film.
I mean, 3 was had such a good ending, but
and like, the ending of this film kind of flies in the face of that by having Woody leave the new I forgot her name.
Bonnie,
yeah. But it does actually bring up a good point. Sometimes you're just not the favorite, and by that I mean you're just in general not gonna fit in to a new environment. Because like one of the major things is that like the reason Woody struggles to be Bonnie's toy is because Bonnie doesn't care about Woody at all.
Yeah.
She doesn't identify with him the same way that Andy did. And when she looks for and when she thinks of a favorite toy, either she creates her new one with that fork, right?
Yeah.
or she defaults to Jesse. You know, someone who a little girl would be much more identifying with.
Yeah.
There's a reason why she takes away Woody's sheriff badge and puts it on Jesse. And yeah, sometimes it really does feel like it's time to move on. Like, I could see why Woody, who just can't, like, connect with Bonnie in any real way, especially because from what I could see, he tried his goddamn hardest to try and connect with her.
Yeah.
Decided that it would probably be better off if, like, this was the moment that he moved on with his life and went out with someone who he actually wanted to be around. Because, yeah, he leaves the movie with Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Who, let's be honest here, if you remember the first two movies, was basically his girlfriend.
Yeah, I do remember.
And, like, they even show the way that she was lost. Yeah. And he basically, like, just thought about staying with her when she was about to be abandoned because, yeah, no, it makes total sense that someone like Andy would eventually lose Bo Peep. Because, do you want to expect a boy to have a toy like Bo Peep?
Yeah, no.
No, like, it was actually still, like, one of those things that people wondered about in the first two films, and people were not surprised about the fact that she was gone in the third film.
Yeah. And
when you were given the answer in the fourth film, like, okay, yeah, no, that made total sense. Well, of course he basically wouldn't pay attention to a toy that he had no real attachment to.
Yeah.
And that's basically the same message that happened with Woody here. Bonnie had no real attachment to Woody because he was Andy's toy. Like, specifically, like, Andy put so much emphasis into Woody because Andy saw himself in Woody.
Yeah.
So, when you find an out, you find something that, like, you can really do with your life, especially when you're feeling super unfulfilled in what you were doing beforehand. Of course you're gonna fucking take it. So my opinion is, let people enjoy what they enjoy. If you don't like it because it essentially ruins the happy ending of 3, that's fine. Because yeah, you are allowed to dislike the fact that this movie was quite literally essentially made to kind of take away that ending. But on the other hand, the message that this movie has is a message worth telling.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Toy Story 5 is very much a movie that's seemingly just being built up to be made for profit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, maybe 4 was a mistake on that front.
Well, you can't stop it now. Unfortunate. Also, I'm taking a look at, like, Voting Kenyatta's schedule for holidays and shit. The next day off is April 18th, which is a Thursday.
I work Thursdays.
That's it. These newborns will grow up to become galaxies someday. But I hate babies.
All I can wonder is how she grew so huge.
Yes.
And then whenever she shows up, like, presumably in this new timeline, if she does, a lot, why she's back to Princess Peach size.
Maybe she can just control her size.
Maybe.
You'll see. And then Mario dies. It was all a dream.
It's a weird thing that 2 doesn't really acknowledge her that much.
Because they want to do its own thing. And then she appears at the end. Wow. He's alive. It's normal. Why is that thing there? Oh yeah. Why are the Koopas celebrating with us?
Well,
Why is that thing there?
Well, I can imagine why Bowser Jr. would be celebrating.
Yeah.
Bowser Jr. is probably of the opinion that, like, since the situation's over, he can go back to doing whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. Bowser just kind of drags his kid along.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good dad. Unfortunately, he likes having his kid in the family business. And I don't even know if Bowser Jr. likes villainy all that much. He just seems to like pull pranks and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can easily tell Bowser Jr. would be very much okay with just, like, living his life.
Yeah.
Unlike Bowser, who kinda...
Wow, that's the game!
obsesses over Peach most of his life.
Yeah, that's the game. That was a Mario Galaxy game.
It is weird that we played
2 first.
Yeah.
Well, I explicitly played 2 first because Nintendo forgets about it. Galaxy 3 never. I can't skip this.
Just let it roll.
Okay, I'll let it roll. Galaxy 3 never. I said that already.
You already did.
Yeah. How long till they introduce Rosalina in the Mario movies?
Probably at the very most, like, the 3rd film.
Yeah.
I don't see her being introduced before Peach. Especially since Peach already beat her to... Not Peach, I mean Daisy. Since Daisy already beat her to being playable status first.
Yeah. Oh boy. I remember, when I got this game, I thought it was the coolest shit ever back in the day.
And?
I was right. This is in my top 10 games.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I've never actually 100%ed this game, though. I've 100% 2, but not 1. It's weird to think about. So yeah, we've talked about Danganronpa this session. We've talked about Amori. We've talked about autism, unfortunately. In past episodes of this series, we talked about Too Mad Fucking Dying. We talked about the Willy Wonka experience.
It's the unknown!
Unknown! We had a surprise guest appearance through FaceTime.
We had me ranting about the flaws of Miles Morales' ability to be a character.
That.
Which, to be fair, like I mentioned, wasn't even mostly mine. I got most of those points from a rant on the internet. But it really did open my eyes to, like, wait a minute, all this shit is true, what the fuck?
Adachi! He's real.
Seriously, why the fuck is Spider-Boy more a more fleshed out character than Miles is right now in the comics?
I don't know. Stupid.
That isn't to take away from, like, Miles in every other form of media. I love Miles and, like, Spider-Man and stuff like that, but it really is a shame that the comic version of Miles is not one of the ones I can't say that.
Yeah.
Because I forget that he's even there half the time. Because, like I mentioned, you just kind of... He's trying to fill a role that's never going to be, like, untaken from Peter.
Yeah.
Like, that same argument literally brought up the fact that Batman has a successor that does this kind of thing with Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond. And people accept and like Terry.
Yeah.
And, like, no one ever says, oh, Terry isn't Batman. Probably because, oh yeah, not only does he have his own motivations, his villains, the fact that he's like from a different point in time in general, and the fact that unlike with Miles, where like Peter is still very much clearly just being Spider-Man, during Batman Beyond's time, Bruce is literally just essentially his oracle. He's there being mission control, telling him like information that he needs to know. So essentially, Bruce is kind of ridden into a position that would make sense for him because he's too old to be going out fighting crime.
Not the purple comet. Yes, I would like to save my game.
So yeah, like, quite clearly one of the easiest examples of a legacy character done right. Shows that, you kind of need all these things for a character to be, like, good.
Yeah. Well, that was our Mario Galaxy Let's Play. Thanks for watching. We said before we'll do Splatoon 3, I meant.
Yeah.
Probably not starting today because my voice is tired.
It's 6, anyways.
And my dad's not even home.
We can watch something.
Yeah, let's watch the FNAF movie.
I honestly have no idea if we have enough time for that, but sure.
Let's start it. Yeah, see you next time.